Hi there, my name is Graham. In Second Life, I'm known as Hrdtop75 Deluxe. I volunteer at the Virtual Railway Consortium. The Virtual Railway Consortium consists of members and groups that enjoy the railways around Second Life. They provide free open source scripts and builds for the residents to enjoy. In this series, I'm going to make a mesh locomotive from scratch using free software found on the net and open source scripts from the Virtual Railway Consortium. The reason why I'm making this series is to show you how it can be easy to make something from scratch and prevent DMCA takedowns. DMCA being Digital Millennium Copyright. But most importantly, help out newcomers to the railroads in Second Life. Join me live once a week, Mondays 5 PM Australian Eastern Standard Time or Sunday 2400 SLT. The video will also be available for viewing later as well. But for now, let's get on with the build. Alright. Oh man. I really haven't been prepared for this. I got a really old crappy t-shirt on. Jeez. Far out. I'll tell you what, I'll be right back. I might be on. Alright. Okay. Been so busy today that trying to get the model and everything fixed up that I'm even running late. Absolutely running late. As for the model, I put a lot of hours into it this week just to try and get it somewhere near finished. I put a lot of effort into it. It's up pretty high in the prim count at the moment. However, I feel that it's workable. I think I can manipulate the weight over time, bring it down until I'm happy with it, and then I might make a final product, get it out there. Other news, get your backsides down to, I'm going to go, it's got to go in world here, down to the VRC Tuliptree site. And you want to go and check out the Zany Z Railway at the moment. There is Christmas gifts going on at the moment, so go and find Santa, go and sit on his lap, whatever, take a photo and get giving a Christmas present from the Zany Z Railway. So go down and check that out. The Zany Zen Gal Swordsway, oh, was it? Yeah. Zen actually makes some really cool stuff. Go and check that out. She's got a different form of making mesh, which is quite interesting. I'll have to try and get some insight into how she does it just to make life a little bit easier. I find how I work to be reasonably easy. Obviously, other people might work differently. Also, what do we got? Today we're into scripting. We're going to script today, but we're going to use the VRC freebie scripts. We're not going to get too technical. All this stuff's free, so you probably noticed this is now the 15th episode, and I also made a couple of episodes beforehand about making money in Second Life. Now I've also talked about, well, for my currency here in Australia, for every 250 lindens, it's actually $1 Australian. So convert that, blah, 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 sell the money, put it out onto PayPal, something like that. And you can make a little bit of a business out of it, proper business. Myself, I treat it as more of a hobby. I don't think I could live off Second Life income. Some people do, and good on them. I bet they work extremely hard. I don't tend to work very hard at all, so I put a little bit of effort in this week. That's about it. I've also shown you other places around Second Life how to make money, just to even just start off. I remember making my first Linden dollar, and I think I was doing traffic cones. I think that's how I made my first Linden dollar. You can also go and do all the Linden games at the moment. You can do the gem hunting. You can do the weekly run-throughs like a Paleo Quest. That'll get you kicked off. However, you really want to try and walk away from that. That's not to get you started. The amount of time you're going to spend down there is not worthwhile unless you go and make something yourself, come back down onto a hobby that you'd like in the game and start spending the money there. Then you can, snowball it, grow it. Currently, I'm in World at the moment, and I'm down at Tuliptree. And I hope I've got everything working down here. I'm really behind the 8 ball. I haven't really set up properly today. Okay, so we're down in Tuliptree at the moment, and we're looking for some scripts. Now, I can get technical on what we want to do today, what we want to achieve. However, I think right now we need to just keep it simple, relax, get something working. We're 15 episodes in, and today we are going to have something on the tracks. Fingers crossed, we're actually going to ride somewhere. We're going to actually do something. So let's have a look at our scripts in World. This is obviously the VRC down at Tuliptree. A little bit of history here. There's an interactive map. You can go and check out where other people have actually got their... Did that train just fly away? It did, didn't it? Okay. Oh, here we go. AF40. I'm not sure what that is, but if you want to go and click on the map, you can get somewhere nearby. Actually, go and have a look at it. You know what? Let's go do that. And then we'll return. I don't know which direction it's heading. Looks as if it's... Let's go on the map. Agorist. Yeah, right, okay. Oh, I'm in the tracks. And it's gone. Oh, I've missed it. Okay, we can just go back. And it's put me upstairs. Okay. Bugger. Let's just quickly go back down. Get the scripts that we need. Oh, I need to turn that off, don't I? Jeez. I'll get that when we get back. So yes, the model has been finished. I've already set up things this morning for having a look around. I feel that there's still a lot more needed to it, like for the getting everything absolutely spot on. However, I feel that it's not really necessary. I think we've hit that limit where we can visually understand what the locomotive is and what it is. However, I feel that we don't really need to go much more into it for detail wise. We know what the locomotive is, so pretty happy with that. Oop, something you don't see me do often. Very rare that I fly. Okay. I wonder if that locomotive's even there. Oh, it's still there. Okay. Okay, but for now we need some scripts. So we're down in Tuliptree, and we're going to have a look at the latest update, which is 2.6.0. Now, the design of the locomotive was done by Salonia Stenvag. However, the scripting is made by someone else, and I'll get that information for you very soon. For now, we're going to buy the locomotive because it's for free. It's boxed as well, so let's open it up. VRC train 2010. I think that's the one I want. Is it the right one? We'll find out soon enough. Let's just res it here on the track. Recent VRC 2010. There we go. Just make sure we've got the right locomotive. Yes, we can open that. Everything's looking pretty good. Okay, so let's delete that. And let's go back up to the shop. Go back up to the workshop and we'll start scripting. Hey, there I am live on the screen. Wow. Who would have thunk it? Come down here, jump in the pit, and we're upstairs. And as I was saying, we need to turn off media, which I'll quickly run in here. So, from last time, I believe we had the chassis, the upper body. I better turn my NDI tool, and this is how far behind I am with, there we go, mouse pointer. Okay, I believe we put the number plates on, the lamp for the light. I actually went out and made the buffer. I had to put some steps on, made all the handrails, even the front rails here, the bogies, which doesn't have anything in the center. You'll probably see that. I'm hoping that with the light that comes down, the natural light that comes down, is going to darken off the ground and you probably won't see it. We can stick some prims in there to make them darker, but I don't think it's worthwhile. Made some seats as well. They're pretty close to what the actual things are, but yeah. Also made the exhaust. Put some fans in as well. I do have that closed off, don't I? Discord, yeah, I think I do. Pretty sure I'll find out soon enough if I don't. So I've got the fan in there. I made the mesh grill as well. It's just basically a texture. What else have we done? I also put the fuel tank in, which is basically the same fuel tank I used on the 42 class, only I've capped off the top so that you can't see into the top of the actual fuel tank. Okay, but now it's time to script it, so let's take off. I think we're going to have maybe one more episode, maybe two more. Oh jeez, I've got to get rid of that, don't I? Media, let's get rid of that. Here we go. So I relocated the locomotive. I put it out here on a bit of rails so we can actually use it. We're also going to have to wait for night time so we can do a little bit of testing of the light. I've put a prim behind that light, and we're going to test that out. I'm pretty sure I've got the right. Well, I'm sure we'll find out anyway. Well, let's get scripting. First we need that locomotive out. We are going to rip that out onto the ground. This is all open source, free open source scripting. As I've shown you down there in Tuliptree, it's all there to get you started in your own business within the game. That's a previous vehicle that we've also used here as well. Now, what I need to do, first of all, is start adding some small things that are invisible. This is going to be part of the script. So we're going to go into the VRC locomotive. If you want to use parts of the locomotive on your own build, I believe you're more than welcome to do that. However, I'm going to do it all myself, because at the end of the day, when I highlight general and find out who's made the train, I want my name to be top and bottom, creator, owner, 100% my own name. So what we're going to do now, you can see we've got a ball there that's invisible. Now, if you can't see what's actually there, you can go to advanced. Is it render type? Highlighting and visibility. Control Alt T is the shortcut for highlight transparency. So there you go. Obviously, you're going to see some little bits and pieces like that, or here where they've made the window transparent, just in a texture. However, this is what I wanted to see up here. And this is what we call, for the VRC script, this is actually called smoke. You can see that written there on the screen maybe. I don't think I can make that larger. Anyway, the name of this circle, it's just called smoke. So what we're going to do is we're going to make our own. We're going to go to edit. We're going to go to build a circle. Now, believe it or not, circles are not made correctly. They are not made correctly. Oh, sorry, they're not positioned, would maybe the term would be. So straight out of the box, they're not perfect. I'm gonna grab this, bring it over. I'm gonna bring it up so we can work with it. I'm gonna go to edit, linked. I'm gonna grab my smokestack or exhaust stack. Whew. Don't have me way with words today. I'm going to get this here. After selecting that, I'm going to go to the object. I'm going to find out where the position is on the y-axis, being the actual smokestack. I'm going to find the y position, which is side to side. I'm going to grab the ball, which is only a sphere at the moment. I'm going to push that into the y as well. I'm going to paste that into, and I was only a little way away. I'm going to stretch this, sorry, I'm going to scale this down to 0.1 on all axes, just so that I can see what I'm doing. Okay, so it's now a tiny ball that I'm going to stick down the guts of here. I might even lower it down just a little bit more. You can play around with this later on as well, obviously. Now, in the general, I'm going to call this smoke. Make sure you type it correctly, smoke. I'm going to go to objects, and you can see in the rotation there, it's not zeroed out. I'm going to turn that into the 0. I'm going to go into the previous smoke ball of the VRC script, this VRC locomotive. I'm smoke script, there it is. As you can see, full open source, there for everyone to see. Yeah, everything's working well there. I'm going to highlight the whole lot. Okay, I'm going to go right click and I'm going to go copy. Now, this script, the way it's been written, is for a steam locomotive. We are not going to use it for a steam locomotive. We are going to use it for a diesel locomotive. I'm thinking I've got multiple different things on my brain at the moment. Okay, so that should be saved. All right, go back out of there, we'll go into edit. Go to new script. I'm just going to rename that so I know what I'm doing. I'm going to call that smoke script. You can also just copy all the scripts over there on the train into your inventory and just drag them into the contents that you want. Now, this ball there is going to be absolutely perfect for where I want. I'm going to link that. What is it? Shift left click. There we go. Yep, and I'm going to link. You can see I'm already up to, I don't know if you can see on the screen or not, I'm up to 174 prim. It's up there, but I do have a trick to get that down later on, so at this present stage I'm not stressed out. Right now we can also go into that sphere that we just made, go into textures, and we can make that 100%. Oh no! Whoops. You didn't see that. You didn't see that. That easy to make mistakes. Edit link. Now, lucky for me. Come on, why can't I grab that? Edit the link, grab that one, unlink it. There we go. I'm just going to get rid of this here, delete it. Just because I said so. Objects. Quickly put that back on the rails. That's a little bit embarrassing. I could have gone back to 100%. However, I wanted to make sure that all my textures are perfect, because you can mess things up quite easily, which we've just seen. I'll center that to there. It's reasonably centered. It's not perfect. There you go. Okay, try again. Shift, left, link. Now we go to edit linked to do the transparency, which I've got selected there. I've edit linked it. It's I'm only editing the one object. Only the one object is highlighted. Now I'm going to go to alpha mode or whatever. We can go blank there. Transparency 100%. You can see there it's turned red. Okay. What else do we need? Let's have a look at what else do we need to add for starters. We need to also now look at our script. Where do we want there's like some green text that you can actually, I think they call it hover text off memory. You can see it's purple in color. I've picked a prim there to put it onto. It doesn't have to be a prim, it can be anything you want. And I'm going to add that, judging off the distance. You know, I might even add it to, this is going to be hard to do. Let's try and stand here. Okay, that's not going to work. Let's go back here, go edit, build the cube to raise it up. Let's sit on the cube. We're going to make the features, no, the general. We're going to make the click to sit on object. Sit. Oh, you're stuffed up, mate. I want to sit on that edge. There we go. Okay, let's edit this into the locomotive. Now the idea of this is I want to know whereabouts I want to put my script. Now obviously if I put my hover text here, it'll be always in the way. We can actually take that hover text out as well. However, I like to keep it in because it's got a bit of a menu, it's like a bit of a guiding, like a helping hand kind of thing to tell you what to do. Touch the locomotive to do this, touch the locomotive to do that, shift and left arrow to flip, things like that. It gives you handy hints. So I don't want it to be all the way down there interrupting the view of the scenery or anything. I want to bring it all the way back here. I'm actually going to pick the top of, I hope that's the top of the fan. Jeez. What do we got? Yeah, that's the top of the fan. Okay. And you can see there where I've just used 2 prims. And I've only textured one side of the face. So that's going to be your mesh on the outside, and that's going to be the fan on the inside. So that's the one I want, and we're going to call that, I don't know, maybe fan mesh. Oh no, that actually has to have a specific name. That has to have a specific name, that thing. And that is, I think it's in the roof here. No, not whistle. No, not that. Engine, no. No. It might be this one. There we are. That'll be it. There it is. Engineer's display. We're going to copy that. I'm going to grab the fan on this locomotive, or the mesh of the fan, the upper mesh, right there, and I'm going to name that object Engineer's display. Paste. Now, a common problem that I see all the time when we are dealing with labeling of objects within the build. I wonder why one of them is transparent and one's not. Edit link. That one. Texture, transparency, alpha blending, none. There we are. One thing I find, people tend to, when they're scripting, they link and unlink it, link it back up again, unlink it, link it, and that causes some major problems. Because you can see here our VRC train, blah, 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 right there. That actually, if you unlink and link it again, it'll start to think that there's more objects called Engineer's display. So there'll be hover text everywhere. There could be a hover text on this wheel. There could be a hover text on the coal on the back here. And then every time you link it, unlink it, it just adds more and adds more and adds more. So we do our best to steer clear of that. I'm going to go back into edit mode. I've just found a few things that I'm not happy with, so I'm going to quickly change that. Alpha blending, none. Alpha blending, none. Go here. Alpha blending, none. Same here. Alpha blending, none. There, none. Whew, jeez, got a few parts here. Alpha blending, none. None. Link that one, yeah, none. None and none. The reason why I've done that is because later on I want to make the handrail shiny. I want to make them bumpy with a bump texture. I want to walk up to the locomotive and see the paint flaking off the old metal railings. Like, I got the texture on there, you can see where the flakes are, but I actually want to put the bump map into it so that it does look like, actually you should be able to do it with this. Go to edit linked chassis. Alright, let's go to bumpiness, texture, and you're going to see the difference straight away. And I do have my viewer all the way up too. This is just a standard Linden Labs viewer, so what am I after? What was this thing called again? Not the number plate. Switches, cab body texture, switches, chassis. Oh, that almost had a fit then. Bump. Okay, use bumpiness texture, yes. Let's go to the shine texture and reduce that. Actually, let's go to none. And you should be able to see now it's got like a little bit of a divot, like a bump in it. It doesn't actually stand out like an extra prim, but it does look as if it's 3D. That's all it's there for. Let's what are we going to do? Let's make the shine texture as well. Texture. But we're obviously beyond texturing now. Chassis. Okay. Glossiness 51. Bring it up a little bit. Bumpiness. Let's bring that up again. Use texture. Okay, yeah. So if you get it in the right light, it should look bumpy. Oh yeah, there you go. You can see it down here. Kind of looks a little bit bumpy. And eventually I'll go through the whole locomotive and I'll do the whole thing. But that's where we're up to. I've just put the engineer's display. I'm bouncing now. I'm going to start sticking there, like keep clean, make sure I'm showing people the right thing, which I'm obviously not doing. I'm going to edit link, going to go there, content, nothing, because there's no script for the engineer's display. The main body script is actually where everything's going to turn up. Let's go and have a look at this here. What do we got? A bell script. Now, I don't have anything here for a bell, and this locomotive doesn't have a bell. However, I am going to put one in for the exercise. So let's find something that we can use as a bell. How's about we'll use the headlamp. General. It's up the front so we can use it, and you'd expect the bells to be on the front. So let's go to here. It's just called bell, capital B, E-double-L, contents, and we've got a script here that we have to copy out. Right click, copy. Let's go back to our headlamp, general, and we've got an edit linked. Let's call this bell. Okay. Obviously in the contents, we're going to go to new script. Okay, it's given me the default script, which is touch to say hello. I'm going to go paste. There's your new VRC bell script. Save. Now, when I first started making these locomotives a long time ago, I never actually had anyone teach me how to make the objects or how to label things. So when you're making a locomotive and using the VRC script, you actually have to label every individual object that has a script in it. Otherwise it will not work with the main body script, or the root prim script is what we're going to call that one, obviously. I'm going to rename the script just so I know what's going on here. Let's just call it bell script. There you go. Now, I need to label the object bell, capital B, E-double-L, so that when the main body script searches for bell, it is actually going to find it in the link set. The link set, when I describe link set, is that is linked to the body. Take that away, and you can see that when it's highlighted, it is part of the root prim. This root prim is going to change, by the way, but that's right at the end. And while we're here, we're also going to make an animation for the locomotive driver as well. but I think we need to do that right at the very end. Right at the very end. We're going to change that as well later. Earlier on today, I also went up to the local train yard, and they actually had a 48 there at the time, and just my luck, I captured the audio from it. Obviously I had to stand way back, so I've had to edit the sound, make it higher, make it larger, and make it sound as if I was near it, which is quite a bit of a task. So I've also made them sounds. We're going to use them today. Now, as for scripting, we've done our smoke, we've done our engineer's display, we've done our bell. Let's go to the smokestack here, see if there's anything in there. It's been a long time since I've actually ripped scripts out. That's just called smokestack, and I believe there's no script in that either. No, nothing at all. Okay, so we've got our main body of the locomotive, and this is where our, well, we haven't put our crossing in there actually, sorry. Okay, CX bell, we can copy that to put into our bell here. There we go, right there. So in my inventory, I've actually got CX bell. CX bell, right there. I hope it's the right one. There you go. Okay, so part of this script, which is the bell script, will also, when you hit the level crossings coming into some of the areas, it'll actually make the crossing sound. The crossing doesn't make the sound, the locomotive makes the sound. I know it sounds weird, but that's how it does. That's how it happens. So that's your script for the bell. I need to drag the CX bell. Is that the one I just had? Test it again. That's the one. Rip it into, just drag it clean into the inventory of that linked item. Okay, when we obviously get further into the scripting part of it, we put the main body script until we sit into the locomotive, the actual menu will turn up, and it'll actually have bell written there. You can press it and it'll make a bell sound. There is a standard bell sound currently in there. There's one for the crossing, and then there's one a standard one where you have to use, and I'll show you that right now. It's not there. That's not there. Okay. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. Maybe the engine sound, maybe. Yeah. Okay, let's go to edit. See what else we've got here that we have to take out. Edit linked. Buffer. Train horn script. Okay. Now, on this locomotive, the horns are tops. Right here. I'm thinking I'm gonna pick one of these to be the horn. It's reasonably close to the center of where I want to be. It's up high. That's the closest thing I've got up high anyway. So I'm gonna grab that. And general content, sorry. Add a new script. It'll say hello avatar. We go down there. It's going to say to me that it is just horn, capital H-O-R-N. Make sure you get your uppercases and everything right. because otherwise it will not work. So horn, I select there, I type in capital H-O-R-N, horn. I go into the contents. We go to the contents of here. This here, if you look at the VRC locomotive, you'll see it looks like a finish line flag, but it's orange and black. That is actually the texture or shape of sculpties. We don't need that because we're dealing in mesh. So we're going to go to the VRC horn script. Now I don't think it technically needs to be called horn script or anything like that. We go to here, copy it across, grab it, copy, close it, go to the thing that we've just called horn, go into your general to make sure, go to contents, new script, highlight over and paste. Okay, we're going to save that before we go away. Now, I've already got the horn sound for this locomotive, and you're going to see here, which I really need to figure out how to make my text bigger so that you can see. I know my friend Will, he'd be able to tell me straight away. Develop? No, maybe it's me. Preferences. Chat? No. Oh, I just basically want to, font size. There it is. There it is. Large. No, that didn't work. Okay, whatevs. Anyways, on the 6th line of this script, which is called the horn script, there's actually an ID of the sound, a UUID link set, which is like hexadecimal, something like that. You want to copy the sound that you've got in your inventory, and you want to bring that in, get the UUID, paste that into the script. It'll work naturally. It'll just work perfectly. If you want to get a little bit trickier, you can actually put that horn script, the horn sound into the horn and just let it sit there. It won't actually use it. It'll actually use the UUID. Okay, so we've got the horn there. Quickly rename this one horn script. Horn script, which is, what I might do is quickly, pretty sure I got the horn script. Okay, build, upload a sound. Now, with the sounds, let's say you've gone out on the field, you've found the locomotive sound or the car sound, whatever sound it is that you're using. We need to use a .wav sound file, which is 44 by 100 hertz, I think it is. I'm not a sound expert. 16-bit by 16-bit PCM is what we need. So I've got the horn sound here. I'm going to open that up. 48 class horn. Okay, I've just labeled it that. I'm going to upload it. When you hear this horn, it's not impressive. It's not. That's its actual horn. Pretty lame. Okay, so I want to go into my inventory. It's there in my sounds. It's just called 48 class horn. I go down into copy as set the UUID. So that's just like copying text straight out of wherever, highlight, copy, paste kind of thing. I'm going to go into the locomotive, edit linked, into that where I put the horn, and I'm going to highlight only the letters in the script. I'm now going to paste my new UUID. Save it. And it's done. Okay. Now we need to go find. We need to find a light. Here we go. Edit. So we've got smoke. I believe there's an engineer's passenger seat. There we go. That's going to be a tricky one. I don't know. I don't have anyone online at the moment that can help me with that. The joys of being the opposite side of the world. Copy. Okay. We're going to go on to our smoke script up here. I just remembered I had to add that. Edit link. We've only grabbed that one. Okay, go new script. Open it. And we're just going to paste it in. Pretty simple. Now, what we want to change when we are making our positions, let's just quickly save that. You can see our positions are here. That's all highlighted. That is going to be on our vector sit offset is going to be the position of where our passengers sit. They're always going to sit there, nowhere else. So the first number is X, which is forwards. Then we're going to go the second number, which is Y, which is across the body. And then the third number is Z, which is up and down. We go into rotations, and if you've got a funky seat that's 45 degrees off, you can rotate it on the X 45 degrees. There's not many locomotives out there that have that option. Maybe if you had like an electric train or something like where you had a guard there, you could probably use a guard and turn him 9 degrees, something like that. Let's go and have a look at what we've got here. We've got a whistle script. There we go. Now let's go check this. It's called whistle. And what we're going to do, we had another nameplate up here. Let's just use that. And we'll just call that whistle. Remember, it has to be labeled exactly the same or it won't work. So let's add a new script to this. Go into the contents, new script. It's going to give you default kind of stuff. Whistle script. This locomotive doesn't have a whistle. Whatever. I'm going to go in here. I'm going to highlight. Actually, no. We need to go back to the other locomotive. Grab that there, which is your whistle script. Copy. And we'll go onto here. Open her up. Just paste it in. Paste. There we go. Now, if you're reading the script here, the object within, or the sound file within that object is going to play. And it must be labeled whistle 2, which is undercase WHISTLE2, or within the brackets. It must be labeled that, or it will not work. Okay, that's saving for me right now. I'm just gonna grab any old whistle 2 out of here, out of my inventory. You can change the name of whistle 2. There you go. That's what whistle 2 sounds like as the default for the VRC. So that's in there. That will actually play now if I tell it to play in the script. Next job. Oh, actually, while we're on the whistle, let's have a quick look into here. Edit link, go into there. Whistle script. You can see here the object, which is called whistle, capital WHISTLE in brackets. That has to be named whistle for the object to work. The object in the link set has to be called whistle. The sound has to be called whatever sound file it is that you put into the object. So it has to be labeled 100% correct to that. You can change the name of it to whatever whistle you want to call it, or whatever. You could probably even change it to something else if you wish, but you'll have to go through the rest of the script as well to, like, say, turn it into a horn or a third horn or fourth horn, whatever. We're just going to keep it whistle, keep it simple, and then make sure that the sound file in the object is called whistle2 as well. Get them 2 parts correct and you'll have no problems. Let's go and have a look at the VRC locomotive again. Let's go to edit, edit link. Let's go to the body. General, that's nothing. Up the top, general is nothing. What about the bars? Object, nothing. Contents, nothing. Steam scripts. Now, my locomotive doesn't have steam coming out of it. So, me personally, I'm going to leave that out. Easiest way to go about it, once again, there's your script, copy it straight in, and you can change your particle parameters. Just copy it straight in. We do not need to label the object steam or anything like that. I think it has been labeled here as steam, however the script will naturally work. If you want to be fussy, put it in. Definitely put it in. Let's go and have a look at wheel scripts. There we go. Once again, wheel, W-H-E-E-L, capital W, obviously. We have a wheel script. There is your wheel script. You can make this, I think as a general rule, it always moves forward on the X. You can make it turn backwards. You can make it spin sideways. You can make the texture spin by itself. You can have the object and the texture spin. You can have them doing all kinds of fancy stuff. That's up to you and your creation. Me, I am only going to make the object spin because it's a mesh object and I don't want to do it. So I've already got the wheel script in there. General, I don't have to label it wheel. It's naturally going to spin the direction that you want. So all of my wheels should have the wheel script already in it. Yep. Try another one. Yep. Not that one. What are you doing? Wheel script. And wheel script. Very good. let's go and have a look over this locomotive again. It looks like we have a piece underneath the body. Edit linked. There we go. What do we got there? Looks like a big circle or something. Just an object. Ugh. Been a long day. We've done our horn. Here we go. What's this up here? Nothing. Okay. What about this one? VRC Hobo train or headlamp script. Go to general. Okay, we need to call our object headlamp. Ooh, which one do I have? I need the... Now, I'm actually doing something a little bit dodgy on my build. And I have selected the correct one. And I'm going to call that headlamp. What I'm actually going to do is run 2 headlamps. But technically I've only put 1 in. So mine's a bit dodgy. I'm going to put a face in front of the face, just duplicate them. And what I'm going to do is actually project one as a proper projector, and on the other one I'm going to use a glow script. So if you're in the lowest settings of your viewer, you'll see it glow. If you're in your high settings, you'll see it glow and also project. That's just a little thing that I do, and I guess people have seen me do it a few times, and that's just how I operate. So I've got the headlamp there. I'm going to go to the headlamp here. I'm going to go to the contents, copy the script, copy, close that up, go into the headlamp, new script, I don't know, script, oh yeah. Open her up, paste over the top, and save. So obviously with this one, your headlamp, or the object that you're going to use as your headlamp, has to be called headlamp. Now I think it's general, yeah, no capital L's, contents, rename this one, take that down. It doesn't have to be, the script doesn't have to be labeled correctly, as long as the object is labeled correctly. Now, where are we off to? Let's go back to our locomotive here. Let's have a quick look. Go edit. Edit link. General. It's just got car body. Cab box. Nothing there. And nothing there. We've already done our engineer's display. Contents, general, object. We could add a fire to the display if our locomotive had fire. Oh, here we go. Engine script. There's our main body, the big cylinder. Where do we want to put that? We are going to, first of all, grab what it's called, which is engine. Go into our build, edit length, make sure you get edit link, and I'm going to name the main part of this body, I want that to be where the sound comes from. It's kind of like a localized area. It just sounds better as it goes past as well. So I'm going to go to make that one called engine, E-N-G-I-E. Yeah, I spelled it right. Can't say it right. Whatever. Contents. Let's go to our main body over here. So we need to get a sound, and we also need to... Now this is the perfect opportunity to show you how to change it in the script to make it... how do you say? To swap the name of the actual engine sound around so that it looks right. So I'm going to go into our script. I'm going to copy the whole lot. Copy. I'm going to go into our main body over here. New script. Open it and paste it in there. We've got all of our sound volumes. This is where this... Okay, I'm going to quickly read through it for you just to show you what I want to do. Minimum amount of time in seconds between sounds is 0.01 of a second, which is bugger all. There's no gap in between the sound. Obviously, when we make a sound for Second Life, it can only be 10 seconds long. So what I've done, I don't know if it's going to work or not. I haven't tested it in a loop format, but I'm hoping that the sound I've recorded, I hope I've edited it correctly so that it sounds continuous. So when you're chugging along, it doesn't sound as if it starts, stops, starts, stops. So that's 11 through till 13 is minimum gap between sounds. We want that minimum, absolutely minimum. Okay, 15 to 16, maximum amount of time in seconds between sounds. Obviously you want that to be minimum as well. You don't want any gaps. 18 through till 20 is the volume sound. 0 is... What's that? 0 is absolutely 0. No sound whatsoever. Maximum sound is 1.0. Currently the script is set to 0.5, being halfway. I'm like griefing people. I'm going to put it up to 1.0. And I know that I've also made my sound super loud as well. We can edit this later on. I'm not super stressed out about this. Right here, 22 to 23 is the key sound. So whatever's in the inventory, it's going to be labeled. That's what we want to have in the script, in between the brackets, or in between the them things. I can't remember what they're called, apostrophes. I don't know. We can change that name to whatever is the sound inside the object's content. So let's just save that. And I'll need to upload a sound. So let's go build, upload, sound. Hang on. I think I've done something weird here. Okay. Engine chugging sound. Okay. Let's go edit, edit linked, grab the root prim. Orange is a root prim, obviously. Quickly rename this to engine sound script, maybe. You can really name it whatever you want. I'm now going to go to build, upload a sound. This is one of the sounds where I was today. Idle 48 class. I got a couple of idles. I'm not sure which one I'm going to use yet. And once again, 10 seconds, cannot be any higher. Then again, there's probably new things now where you can go longer. I'm going to open that. 48 class run is what I'm going to call it, and I'm going to upload that. Okay. I'm going to go to edit, grab that part of the body, and I'm just going to drag that into the contents. Here we go. And just the name of it. I'm just going to copy the name. We're going to go into the script. And I'm going to, just because I don't want to have engine chugging, I don't want a million engine chugging sound sound clips in my inventory. I'm just going to rename it in the actual script to suit what I've actually called the sound. So there we go. We'll go and save that. Now here's a little interesting thing down here that I use. We have got the state entry through to the bottom at 52. It's not the exact bottom, but it's what the script is going to do with the sound. It is going to only work if the locomotive is either in resting mode, idle mode, in stopped mode, idle mode, or run. It will not play any sound if it hears anything else. So rest, I think, is stopped. Idle doesn't play a sound either. And then when the locomotive hears run, it'll actually play the sound. Now, if you want to get super tricky, you can change it up and have an idle sound in there too, which is what I'm going to do. But do we want to do it or do we not? Nah, we won't bother right now. Okay, we need the main body script now. This is the script that's going to get everything to run. But first is the tricky part. Okay, let's get this. Let's move it out. And we'll just delete that. Zoop. I should have just used it to tell the truth, but anyway. Okay, let's build a cube. One thing I do is I put an extra script into the root prim. This is because I want it to spin around on a turntable. If you want turntable scripts, go and have a chat with Ven. Ven has made some turntable scripts, and that's his creation, so I'm going to let him do that. I'm going to stretch this out. I do know of other people that have turntable scripts, and they do different works as well. Object, I'm going to quickly, let's make that 15 in length on the x-axis. Let's make the y 1 so we can find it. Let's go on the z-axis 1 as well. Let's turn the whole thing texture to blank. Let's move it up. This is going to be our root prim as well. There's a few ways of making this your root prim. You can go to, this is probably a good view here. When you're in edit mode, edit, you can go shift, I think it's shift, yeah, and highlight, and whatever's your last thing to highlight, there you go. It's just highlighted it there, I think. Whatever's your last highlight will be the root prim. Because I'm up in a skybox, I can't use that, because otherwise I'm going to grab everything. If you're down on the bottom layers of the world, where you're on the, let's say like a sandbox, just go along, highlight everything that you want, make sure that the root prim that you want, the root prim, is highlighted last, and then just go straight to link, bang, you got your root prim done. Then just go to edit link, position it where you want it. So we are still on the x-axis. You can see that the x is facing forward. You must build the locomotive on the x-axis. Now we have got this here. I want to make center of the locomotive. So if I go to object, I want the full length. Okay, I'm just going to quickly. That's not even center. Let's go edit linked, go there. Y, copy. Y, paste. There we go, center. Make this go stretch. I want to make this center of the locomotive. The reason being is when it sits on the turntable, I want it to be square, dead center every time. The turntable usually hears and listens to the locomotive and it snaps to position. It never is offset or anything like that. It always snaps. So now I'm going to go to stretch both sides. I'm going to bring them both in on the x-axis. I'll just drag it down, whatever. Uh-oh, what have I done? Control Z, is that right? Is that wrong? What is it? No, that's right. Okay, let's bring that down. There we go. For some reason it's duplicated itself. No. Actually, I'm thinking now, just the position of where it is, that might go well. Because I did want to darken underneath the wheel set. So I'm thinking if I grab that now, maybe move it down a bit, like that, maybe I can fake the look of having all the motors, traction motors in there. Maybe it might work, I don't know. But I'm happy with the actual size of everything there. Maybe just widen it up a bit. Z, size, wide. Just so that it's just hiding things, you know. That's what I want to do. Hide imperfections. There we go. I'll actually bring it further in on the X, just so that it just comes in over that. And you can see that, yeah, that's all right. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. Now the size of the root prim does not matter. Size of the root prim does not matter how big it is, as long as it is actually the root prim. So I was going to quickly texture that as well. What about textures with Fans has about some rust. What about rust? No, not that colour. That's not good to me. I'm hoping to get. Nope. Maps, 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 maps. Textures, scales. Buffer texture, how about that? I don't think that's gonna work. Transparency, none. It's got a little bit of. I think that's just basically what we're gonna run with for now. Just for now, that'll do. Okay, so I want to grab the locomotive, and then I want to grab the root prim. Okay, come on, mate. Edit. Then I want to go to Shift, left click, and I've selected the root prim last. I want to go to link. Now you can see that my root prim is down below, and that is now the very last object that I'm going to add. There is not going to be any more. That is it. 100%, that is it. Not adding anything else to it. There is a trick to getting rid of that extra hover text as well, if you're interested in it, and I think it's called a prim cleaner script. I'll just type in clean. Yeah, prim cleaner script, there you go. Maybe I can find the properties of it, and you can go have a look for Dolph Fun, Dolph Pun Som. What a name. I picked that up on the marketplace, and you put that into your script to get rid of hover text. Very handy script, and it'll actually remove itself as well. Edit, link, I want to make that a bit darker, or shininess, go to none. There we go, that looks better. Might do that to that too, none. I don't think it should be shiny under there. I might use a texture later on to add shine to it, but right now, not needed. I should be adding more handrails to it as well, but I'm going to leave them. I feel that the amount of detail we got on it is good enough. Now it is time to start adding some serious scripts. So we go to edit. You are going to see here contents, train operator animation, and we're also going to see VRC locomotive script. What we want is to make an animation. And while we're making this, we're going to make it with a free software. And I haven't used this for ages, so there it is right there, QAvimator. And I'm going to have to get rid of my cam. And while I'm getting rid of my cam, I might just go for a quick break, and I'll be right back. Whoops. Okay, we are back in Q-Animator. This program will help you with your animations. Now, I can't quite remember how to use it. It's been a very long time. How to manipulate and work yourself around this view is not like Second Life, how you grab Alt. You just grab the ground with your mouse, left click, and grab the ground, move it around. Now, I want to make an animation for the driver where he's sitting on a seat. So let's grab, actually let's talk a little bit more about this Q-Animator. It's a free open source program, not open source, sorry. It's a free program to use where you manipulate this guy around, change the position of his body. It's a little bit like working with a Ken doll or a Barbie doll. You can change your figure, male, female. You can change the size of the human as well. You can add cubes, like say if you want it to sit on a cube. You can actually make it a proper dance animation if you want to really get fussy with how you go about doing things. Obviously you want to have it in a timeline where things happen in a specific time at a specific moment. Obviously when we make a static animation, we want to make it so that it's in frame 1 and it's always going to be that frame. We don't have any extra frame before or after. That's just how it is. So go back into standard frame now, grab a leg or something like that, and it's actually going to show you where to move it. So let's grab, let's grab it, that leg there, which is called the left thigh, and we'll rotate it on the X. Hopefully it lets us. No, it doesn't, because we're not in a frame. There we go. That's first frame. You can see on the bottom part of the screen there, that's your first frame. And then obviously you can move it to your second frame, your third frame, your fourth frame. We want first frame and no other frames. We are now going to move the legs around. You can just use the sliders. I like this program. Torley Linden, if you ever remember Torley Linden, he recommended this program as well for standard or easy basic animations. If you do want to go into the real tricky animations and stuff like that, you need to go out and get a proper suit, and that'll probably set you back about $30,000 just for the suit, not including the program to use it. So it's a big investment, not an investment I want to be part of, not at the current moment anyway. Okay, so we can go minus 81, or we can just use, we can use numbers as well. Let's go minus 85 for a laugh. Brings him up a little bit higher. We can move him around. We'll actually bring it back down to 80. Highlight the part of the body you want to move. Bring him down to there. Actually, now that I think about it, my avatar is actually 100%. Most people are at 85 that way. You can see I forgot the minus, and now we're jumping for joy. minus 85. There we go. I forgot what I was going to say now. Couldn't have been too important. I grab this down now, grab the leg down, just move it down. So he's pretty much in a sitting kind of pose. 88. Let's go there, go minus 88, I think. Nope. 88. Now he's kind of sitting down a little bit further. Let's grab this leg, and on the Z axis we're going to shift his leg out a little bit, because I don't think humans are actually going to sit there like that. That's a little bit weird. There you go. So he's in the driving position. I want him to actually be driving. I want him to be like, when you look at the guy, how's my camera? Yeah, that way? Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So when you see the guy driving, I want his arm to be on the window, but also to be on the control, like that. So you can see his arms that have to be straight along the window there, maybe tilted down a little bit on the arm, and a bit of a kink in the elbow here to be leaning back on the peg. So I'm going to, this is obviously Q Avimator. It's Q, capital A, AVIMATOR, free product. Just make sure you check your links and everything before you download it. I've actually got this on I've had this on many a PC, so I've got it saved on a stick somewhere. I want to move him back a little bit too. I feel he's like sitting a little bit too straight. I think he needs to be a little bit more relaxed. Oops, sorry. Go back to 0 on that one. Let's grab this one, and we'll move him back. Just a little bit, and we'll move him forward a bit. And we'll go forward. Did I grab the right part? 3. Okay, that's where his arms are. Okay. Let's grab his arm here, and we'll rotate that down because that's the driver's side. Wrong way, buddy. I think he's, yeah. Okay, let's go. I want to drop him down on the Z. Just a little bit. I want to grab his arm there. Bring it forward on the Y. There, okay. And then on the Z we'll move him down. It's not exactly the most user-friendly. Where would you have your... I don't think you'd have the elbow on the metal. I think you'd be on the flabby part of your skin, right on the window. So what I'm going to do is bring his arm down again. Just a little bit there. Bring that back up on the Y, so that he's, yeah, a little bit like that. And then rotate the X that way, and blue. There you go. I want his arm to be like out the window a little bit, just the elbow out. And then I want this arm to be further in on the Y, like that. Aiming for the peg that's in front of him. Bring him on the Y again, that way. Let's go and have a look at that peg. Yeah, it's about shoulder height, isn't it? Yeah, about that. Actually, a little bit higher than these other one. Okay, let's go back into here. Actually, that looks pretty good. It's a shame I can't move his hand into like the fist. Ooh, maybe I can. Ease in, ease out. No. Right hand. Prop. No, I can't move his fingers. That's gonna suck. Anyway. I'll move that down a little bit on the Z. There's rotations and all out of there. Okay. So that should... I'll actually move that hand out on the Y. There you go. And that's Q Avomator. So when we're walking through, you can see here on the bottom left hand side, I've only moved these appendages. I didn't want to move any further objects. I could go into the next frame and start moving things all over again. However, I just want the one animation, that's it. We're going to now go into, we've got the animation, it's called Untitled. We're going to save that later. Figure is male, 100%. Edit parts, position, male, female, doesn't really matter. We've done all of our positions. We're one frame only. Ease in and ease out, we're not going to use. Okay, loops. Loop out, no. Okay. There's ease in and ease outs so that when you upload it into Second Life, it'll move easily into that motion and stop. However, I don't want there to be motion. I just want it to be a person sitting in a chair doing the action that a driver would do. So I'm not going to do anything like that. I'm going to save as, and I'm going to call this one, it has to be BVH as well. 48 class engineer, maybe? I don't know, whatever. And we're going to save. File. Export for Second Life as Q Avomator, blah, 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 blah. Where is it? Okay, file. Pretty sure that'll be. Where's that? Local programs, Q Avomator. How's about we just go to G, is it G downloaded? Whoops, sorry, I moved the wrong freaking thing. Grab that one. Let's move this out, just have a quick look. I don't want weird shit to turn up. Okay, there, 48 class. As a ABM BBH, save, file, export, Second Life as, perfect, that's what I want. Alright, let's go back into Second Life. And I've moved my freaking screen around. Is that right? Is that wrong? No. Okay, there we go. Back. Alright. Now, we're going to upload an animation. So, world, build, upload, animation. Everything's $10 to bring in world. 48 class engineer BVH has to be .bvh. Okay, loop. Priority 2. I want priority, top priority. So we have a look at our animation here. It says I don't want any ease ins. I don't want any ease outs. Okay. Let's walk through the upload. I'm hoping that you can see things there. It turns up as standard female avatar here in your upload. Comes with a name, comes with a description, comes with a priority. Priority meaning this is going to take over the preferences over other animations. So you put it as 4 being the highest, won't go any higher. That has the maximum priority. Put it down to 1 or 0, 1, you have minimum preference. I want number 4, loop. I want it to be looped. Then again, it doesn't have to be looped. I might just tick it anyway, whatever. Ins and outs, hand poses, relaxed. You can change your hand poses. Fist right actually would be good. Fist right, can we do fist right? Fist right, yes, very good. Expression. You can have your worried faces, sad faces, laughing faces, frown faces, bored, big smiles. I'm just going to go none. Preview while. Well, it doesn't really mean anything. Flying, walking, sitting. I think that's going to preview while is going to be when you're making a proper HUD for your animation overriders and things like that. Ease in, the amount of seconds that you want the animation to start. Ease out, how to come out of the animation. We can choose to play here. And as you can see, I've only chosen 1 frame, so it's not going to change. You can make your own avatar dance and do whatever you want, you know. Stop. We're going to upload that. And there we go, 48. Huh. Try not to read too far into that one, eh? I didn't do it, it wasn't me. Okay, into our locomotive, we are now going to put in to the root prim, edit linked, grab the root prim. We're now going to add our engineer. Here we go. We are now going to grab the whole script out of here, out of there, out of here, out of there. I'm going to grab the whole thing. And I'm going to walk you through this. Now, I usually only work in 2-hour intervals, but we're pretty close to finishing this, so we're going to actually get in there and have a go. Copy the whole script. And we got the whole lot. 1467. Copy. Let's go into our root prim. Edit, select the root prim. New script. Open it and paste. Save. And that's saved. I'm going to quickly call this, I'm just going to rename it. New South Wales Government Railways 48 class loco CO script. Now I'm going to be changing a few things around. There's our overhead, as I was telling you before. Heads up display, I think they also call it for you. There you go. We no longer need to see, because it's annoying the piss out of me to tell the truth, is world and show, no, advanced, highlight transparencies, Control Alt T, we don't need that anymore. There's our locomotive. It's missing a few parts off it, but still not that stressed out. But now we can actually jump in the locomotive. You can see it's got the chair thing there now. We can actually jump into it. And there's our bit of chat down there. Okay, I'm lost. I can't see myself. I'll be back there. There I am. Oh, I need to be rotated too by the looks of this. Interesting. Okay, let's go and have a look at this script. Edit. Let's have a look at the script. Here is straight up here. Now this part here where I've got highlighted is actually the name of your script. I'm going to quickly move this out of the way. Bring it back in. There we go. So you can see there, open source v2.60. I'm going to change this to the top part being 48 class, or actually we go 4807, I think our build is, yeah, 07. I'm going to come down here to where it says open source in the script, and come down and find it. There it is there. Line 307 says open source V. I change this to New South Wales Government Railway. I put a little space in between there as well. I'm going to save that. Okay, now that should have changed it. There you go. Now I've just got New South Wales Government Railway 4807. There you go. That simple to change. Now the animation was terrible. Okay, let's go change our animation. Oh, sorry, not the animation, the position of the locomotive engineer. We need to go down to line number 257, and it goes through to 259. So default build. This is this build. Probably won't work well for many builds, as it says here. Default build. Okay, first line is, if I can remember properly, that is the ride height from the rails. So route prim to the rails. We haven't done anything here yet, have we? Aha, she's... We'll get her moving first before we do anything. So line 258, default build. Your first 3 lots of digits right here. That is your ride height. Second lot of digits is the position of the engineer. X, Y, Z. Same as the first one. Locomotive position to rails. X, Y, Z. Second lot of numbers. Engineer. X, Y, and Z. Rotation. 0 rotation. Okay. That is still got to do with the position of the engineer, which I think I've had a bit of a problem with by the looks of this. Might have to add a rotation to it, I think. Okay, we now want this one here, which is going to be line 259, and we've got another set of 3 digits. This is our speed, so this is the part where I get a little bit confused maybe. I think the first one is increments, the amount of notches, and the last one is, I can't remember, I'll tell you the truth. I'll have to do a bit of research on that. I always just go 1. I don't like how fast it is. I'm going to bring it down. I'm going to bring this one down as well. I usually go 10, 4, 10. Or 0.1, 4, 0.1. That's going to give us a quick head start. Now, our locomotive engineer was not in the right position. He was too far back. I'm going to make that +4. I was on the wrong side of the locomotive. I'm going to put the 0.5 into plus. I might even go 0.75 because I felt that he was too far around. And I'm going to raise him up by 500. 0, 0, 4, yep, and save. I'm going to add a rotation to him as well, which is maybe a little bit painful, but okay. Let's go and jump in again. Oh, that was close. I'm going to quickly stand up, take my, this is one thing I keep forgetting to do, turn off my animation overrider, AO animation overrider, jump in the cab. Oh, there we are, that's risen him up a bit. Okay, so you can see now I'm too high. Needs to go forward just a little bit. Okay, so we go back into there, go into the script. Let's go back down to 257, was it? 258? Okay, forward. I'm just going to add just a smidgen forward on him. Let's go 50. That's 0.05 I've added to him. He needs to go further out as well. Let's go, what do you reckon? 1.100 maybe? And Z has to be lowered down. Let's go to 4. 0, 0. And we'll save that. He'll fall through the floor. That's when you know your script has been reset. I'll jump back in the cab. Just going to put him into the position. Oh, it needs to go way down. Actually, I didn't calculate that very well at all, did I? I'm actually going to reset this whole animation later. Once again, edit until I find my position that I like. I need to drop him down again, don't I? Drop him down. And next time around my animation, I'm actually going to drop his arm down here further, Z. Yep, and we'll rotate that on the X. Make his arm a little bit straighter. There you go. Put his arm down that way too if I can. Ooh, what are you doing? Come on. That one. Y position. Down. That's pretty good. Well, let's go and have a look at his arm too. So he's way too high there. Way too high. Actually, he needs to be down more of his hip, doesn't he? bring his arm down to the top of his hip. Yeah. I don't know if this is going to work for me or not, but anyway, Z. Down. Rotate X. Oh, it's not going to let me do it. Okay. We'll grab this here, we'll go Z, rotate him there. And rotate that down. Z maybe. Yeah. That's a bit confusing when you look at that. Y, X. What's about X? No, not that way. Y. There we go. That's better. And we'll drag that back in that way. On the X. Y. There we go. Okay, go back into the game, and then I'm just going to quickly shuffle him around a bit more. Line number 257, I believe. 257. Yep. He needs to, I like the forward position, the X position, the Y position needs to come out further. One, I need maybe 250. And let's drag him down into the ground. Let's go 0, no, the wrong one, buddy. 350. Save. Once again, he's going to drop through the floor. Ta-da. Jump back in quickly. You can see there's issues. And his arms too high. And I think his legs need to come out to see his feet are almost under the ground. Actually, I could probably lower him a bit further. Edit. Locomotive script. 2.5 something. Two, 5 there. Could go further out as well. Let's go 35 and down to 300 and save. It falls through the ground again. Okay, very good. Go out of edit mode, jump back in. Okay, he's a little bit too low. Feet, not too bad. And I might even go into rotating his body as well. Grab the whole body and see how he's kind of that way. I don't know why. I just want to rotate his whole there and go rotation X. Other way. That'll do the job. Go file. Export for second life. Animation was exported as. Okay, just gonna have a quick look at my files. I don't want to make sure that I've got millions of these things. I don't want that. I don't want a million BBH stuff here. 48s. Where's my animation? It should be at the top. Bogies, bogies. Handrails. I've only got one. Okay, very good. Let's go back into Second Life. Let's go stand up. Let's remove my previous engineers. Delete. I'm going to go into the locomotive and go delete. It'll probably show an error message. Nope. Okay. We go to build, upload, animation. Yeah, sure, I've wasted $10, but who cares? Open. Once again, got to reset all the parameters. Loop it. Priority number 4. Ease in 0. Ease out 0. Right hand or hand poses is right fist. Fist right, yeah. Expression preview while standing. Upload. Okay, and I'm going to quickly bring this over into here. Done. Try again. Oh, that looks better. That looks better. That looks better. If anything, I'd probably raise him up a little bit now. Raise him up, go further out, go there, script, 257. Oops, you've gone too far, buddy. 257, we go to further forward, what do you reckon? No, I like where he is. Needs to go out further. 350, I'm gonna go 450. And we'll make him go higher as well. Make it 4. And this is the worst part about the whole scripting part, but once we get it done, it's done. Jump back in. Okay, we need to go back further. I could. That's not too bad. I need to get rid of that leg. How far? I don't know. 257. Go back into here. 257. Let's go 1 point. That's good there. Let's go 0, 0 there. Let's. What about his feet? Are his feet in the ground? Nope, feet are good. 400 instead of there. 50. I only moved it 100 last time. That'll reset. He'll fall again. We'll jump back into the locomotive. Oh, that looks pretty good. All right. Could probably make him go down. Just down, and then I'm going to save it there. Then we'll start moving the locomotive around and testing ride heights, test the lights, everything like that as well. Okay, locomotive, default build, always has to be default build. Let's go to 350 on the height and we'll save it there and leave it. Okay. And I reckon we'll be right there. That'll do. That'll do for now. Okay. This is where we can start using the locomotive now. Go idle. You can see we've got a little bit of smoke there in the idles. The actual script is talking to us now. Idle. And we can start using it. Go forward, start. How good's that? How good? You can see I'm not that happy with the wheels. Go edit. We are going to go to line number 257. 257, which is the default build. I want the locomotive to rise up out of the ground. I want that to, I don't know, I'm going to guess it's plus 10. I only had 25 as an increment just to start with. So the root prim on the Z axis, I've increased the distance. I'm going to jump back in. Okay, let's flip her around because I don't have much more track up here. And start. Could probably go up a little bit higher. I like the side to side, that's pretty good. I'm gonna go edit. Let's go to default build, which is 257. I want to raise it up again, probably about the same amount. So instead of being 0.500 is now 0.550. So this is not in millimeters, this is not in anything, it's just, I don't know how you'd say it. It's I've got no idea what scaling it is, but anyway. Okay, old mate's in his chair again. Let's go for a ride. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming as such. What? Now you're on drugs for starters. Flip. Actually, while we're here, the ride height is really nice. Sorry to tell you, YouTube, but you're the problem, not me. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain a smooth stream. Well, it is. Okay, let's test the lights. Headlamps. Oh, it's not showing up. Oh, it's probably the wrong way around, isn't it? Okay, so we've got a bit of a problem. Edit link. Okay. Zombie, what's up? You're obviously not watching. Okay, edit link. Oh, I dragged that out. I want to find out what faces. Yeah, I've got the wrong face. Okay. I got the wrong face. You can see how one face glows. Okay, let's go to this face here. Let's go to textures. I don't want showing. Okay, textures. Select face. I'll go to there and have the same face. Headlamp globe. Go, okay. quickly make some changes. Horizontal scales. Oops. Copy. Paste. Go here. I'm going to copy this as well. Paste. What am I doing? Come on. What are you doing? Paste. Paste, paste, paste. I'm going to grab this one. Copy horizontal offset. Paste. Horizontal offset, which is not much, but I've obviously changed it for a reason. Paste. Okay. I'm going to go to rotate that one on the Z axis. Why did I 270? Let's go 90, 180, 90. Select face. Textures, blank. Oh, okay. I've done that to that as well, have I? Shininess, none. Texture, blank. Okay, no. Bump, no. Texture, blank. Oh, okay. I've cocked up big time here by the looks of it. Select face. Features. Light. Okay. Let's go there. Go to edit. Edit linked. Drag that back into there. I'll bring that into there. How's that? Okay. Now we've got our light working. Headlamp. Headlamp. There we go. Usually run at the same time. I like to run a projector as well, which I might put in later on. Flip this around and we'll start her up again. Have a look. Man, that's pretty cool. Flip it. Stand up. Actually, we'll jump in, turn the headlamp off. Stand up. Take a copy. Let's quickly go downstairs. See, I'm reasonably happy with what we've just done. It's not, it doesn't have all my signature stuff that I usually put into it, you know, opening doors and things like that, but probably get rid of that too. I've made so many adjustments, we can delete that. Let's get down here. Now we can go for a ride on the Second Life Railway. Keep in mind, I'm going to say this, keep in mind, yes, we've made all the adjustments. Yes, that was the true track and everything that we all love and use around the atoll. And yes, it varies around the atoll as well. Ride height varies, so just pick a place that you're happy with and use it. Does the horn work? Yep. Not very manly, but yep. Headlamp. There you go. And there you go. We're running. Let's go and check all of our other stuff. Start. Idle. We know it's going to idle. Smoke's coming out. Stop. We'll stop the smoke. And whatever else is going. Faster. Slower. Flip. Now, does that come back on the proper... Doesn't raise out of the ground? Nope. That is beautiful. Idle. Flip. Smoke. There you go. Smoke back on. Bell. You'll probably see right there that there's a bit of a light thing happening there. That's just the glow that comes off the lights. Nothing you can do about it. Headlamp works. Whistle. Obviously not a steam train. You can change that to whatever sound file you want. Horn. There you go. Geez, that's a terrible horn. Start. Forward, she goes up faster. Oh, beautiful. Oh, I'm excited. Oh, I'm excited. That's good. And that there is basically how to make a locomotive working. And you've actually watched me do that from start to finish. So tomorrow I know what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to actually get there. I'll flip this around. I'm going to put it into the siding here. There we go. Go forward. Hopefully it goes in there. Probably one of the worst sidings I've ever made, ever. Oh, it worked. There you go. Oh, she's just come off the ground. Looks like I've got a bit of editing to do. And there we go. Flip that around. And she's done. Absolutely done. How cool is that? So, that's one locomotive down. Obviously I didn't use the scripts that I usually use. That was the free open source scripts that you usually find down at Tuliptree, which is just there. As you've seen, I grabbed the scripts from the wall right there. 2010 scripts is what I just used. And there you go. I've left the locomotive there if you want to have a look at it. She's a little bit primmy at the moment, and then there's a lot of things that I haven't actually finished on it. Headlamp. Stand up. There you go. It's this moment right now where you've put all the hard work in and it's 100% your own creation. That's amazing. That's what I like about it anyway. And nobody can say that I've copied their work because, well, you've seen me do it live stream all the way through. Well, next step for me is to go through and put all my fancy little tricky bits and pieces into it. I'm going to make the fan on top rotate in idle and run mode. I'm also going to put a projection headlight onto it. I'm going to make the coupling open and close at a touch. I'm also going to have the 2 doors to the cab. I'm actually going to have them open and close as well. I'm also going to put an idle sound onto it as well, which is not that hard to do, but give it a crack. And then I'll probably end up making a second version for myself when I put carriages and everything like that behind it as well. So for now, that is the last episode for this year. I will be making more because I haven't actually finished the model yet. However, it's now on display for everyone to see. I'll actually put something. Actually, I've still got to make up the sales ad boards and stuff like that. Maybe I can walk you through how I'm going to make a YouTube video and put it onto Casper Vend or whatever. Anyway, something to look forward to in the future. Probably be looking at coming back to the series. Maybe I haven't really put much thought into it yet. Maybe the second week in the new year, maybe. I reckon that might be a goer. So that'll be on the Monday once again. For now, but that's our locomotive, and as you've seen, it's just running. It's going. 100% built by ourselves. If you do have any questions about the script, you can always give me a yell. I think the total link set as well is 256, I think, from memory. Don't quote me on that. Also, I had somebody get in contact with me. They're actually making a mesh locomotive as well. And I thought it was really super cool. And they're making an English steam locomotive. This is going to be a static display for now, but the amount of detail in it looks really good from what I've seen in pictures. So hopefully we hear more about that. It's probably one of the best English steam locomotives I've seen so far. In my time anyway in SL, but yeah, quite interesting. Interesting times. For now, I'm out of here. Thanks very much for watching. Thanks for all the new subscribers as well and the likes. I've still got to make some carriages for this, so there's definitely going to be more in the future. If you've got any questions, give me a yell. Contact me in World, contact me on YouTube, contact me on Facebook, Twitter. Can't remember where else I am. Twitch is no good to me because we can't stream to Twitch. Second Life to Twitch. But yeah, have a good Christmas, have a good New Year as well, and I'll see you second week. I reckon second week of January. We'll keep going. Stay safe and have a good one. Catch you later.